introduced to the Philadelphia media yesterday, and by all accounts, he won his first press conference. No surprise. But on this week's podcast, he talked about the difference between the way he has been welcomed in Philly versus the way he was first greeted by LA fans when he joined the Clippers. He said this.
I think initially, you know what I mean, coming back to LA, that was home when I first came back to LA, but it's not the same love. Because when I was in LA, they like, man, you should have been a Laker. That's all I was hearing. It wasn't no like, oh, welcome to the Clippers. Yo, we happy you in LA, but you should have been a Laker.
You was on the second team.
I'm on the B team. That's how the vibe and the love felt.
Okay, Keyshawn, I'm assuming as a lifelong Laker fan, you can appreciate what PG said.
Well, I don't have to really appreciate it because I already know what it is, though, Skip. Second fiddle, that's what it's going to be. But for him to say it and tell me how he really truly felt the entire 4 years that he was here, this is how he felt. You're renting a place in the building, a locker in the building. You're renting a locker in the building. Essentially, the Lakers are your landlord. Not only that, you have an opportunity to, while the Lakers were down, you had an opportunity to take control to some degree.
You did.
Right? You're not gonna, they were never going to be A. But at least you could have got some respect. They got no respect, zero respect, no matter what. They gone to one Western Conference final in his tenure, and he was like basically a Lone Ranger out there because Kawhi was hurt.
Yep.
They've gone to 4 playoff appearances and been bounced. Okay, the Lakers won a championship, bubble or not, in those 4 years. And so when you look at it as a player that's from here, all of a sudden you're saying to yourself, damn, we're going to get a new arena that's state-of-the-art, probably the best arena that's ever created. But I don't want to be a part of that because even if we won a championship, people going to be like, they're going to laugh at you. He literally feels that way, even though he may not be saying that. So guess what he does? He goes to a city or state or whatever you want to call it in PA. I'll just use the city because it's Philly. In Western PA, I don't know if they support the Cavs or support the Sixers. But you're in a city that's the brotherly love that loves their basketball team. You're number one in terms of hoops.
No
in terms
doubt.
of hoops, you're number one. You don't have to share there's no Delaware team, and then there's South Jersey. There's no team in New Jersey anymore. The Nets are now in Brooklyn, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to share anything. You go to a team where you're going to feel now like it's important. Now, regardless of what Mr. Bomber has tried to do with the Clippers, they're going to always be second fiddle, no matter what. They can run off 4 championships in a 10-year span, and the Lakers can win 2. And people will be like, that's how they're going to treat them.
What if the Lakers won none in that span?
Right.
That's what it would be. I'm like, oh, the Clippers are getting good. But they're not going to all of a sudden shift from Laker fans to Clipper fans. Remember what I always told you. Those Clipper fans, and I'll tell this to Marcellus Wiley and Clipper Durrell and any of these guys that I know that are Clipper fans. They go to Clipper games because the tickets are cheaper. They put on their Clipper jerseys to camouflage, to make it seem like that they're Clipper fans, but when they get in their car, they take them off and they got Laker stuff on.
Oh, come on.
That's just the reality of it.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on? It's true, Rachel. I have friends that go to watch Clipper games against the opponents because they can't watch them because the Laker games
I get that,
are
but
sold out.
they don't have a Lakers jersey on under their sweatshirt when they go to the Clipper game.
No, they'll put some Clipper stuff on, but, they real Laker fans.
But they might turn on the Laker post game on the way
On the
home.
radio,
Exactly.
yes.
No, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And when you feel that way as a player, you're telling all of us you really are not into the organization. You're just not into what it stands for.
Look, there's a couple factors here in what Paul described. First of all, one of the reasons people kept coming up to him and say, man, you should have been a Laker, is because he was almost a Laker. Remember, Magic Johnson got fined for tampering with Paul George, trying to get him to L.A. to be a
He
Laker.
was on Jimmy Kimmel
He
when he
said,
did that, right?
Paul said for years, I grew up being a huge Lakers fan. I wanted to be a Laker. I wanted to be a Laker. Now, it changed his tune a little bit when he came as a member of the Clippers, because he had to, and that's good PR, and that's good looking out for your new franchise. But between the Magic Johnson thing, between him growing up saying, and it was always held out for fans here in LA when Paul George was moving from Indiana, and then when he went in Oklahoma City and all of that. Oh, Laker, he always wanted to be a Laker. So he was set up to get that kind of reaction, no matter what the relationship in the franchises would have been. And then also, we know what the relationship between the two franchises are. And so he's describing what he felt, what he experienced. He's not sitting there saying, oh, the Clippers are a worse team. He's saying people kept coming up to me and made me feel like I was the B team. Now, do I think forever that's going to be the situation in Los Angeles? I know you do. And look, it could be, absolutely. But the Lakers used to play in Minneapolis. Life is long.
That doesn't, a lot of teams play in a lot of different places.
I just mean that situations can change. That this league has been around for 76 years. That let's go another 50 and see where everybody is. I do think that the Clippers as a franchise are better set up for the future than the Lakers, just with the management team, the new arena, sort of the way that organization is run. They have one of the best coaches in the NBA as far as I'm concerned. I'm not talking about the immediate next 2 years. I'm just talking about our long-term vision.
I get what you're saying. I'm not going to argue you.
This is a Lakers town, top to bottom, absolutely. If you look at the marketing numbers, if you look at the ticket prices, the ticket price, average ticket price for a Clippers game is in the 200s. Average ticket price for a Lakers game is in the 500s. I mean, that is a big difference.
No, that's a big difference. What I think the Clippers should have done many, many years ago, they should have just went to Orange County. That's what they should
argue.
No, that's what they should do.
Be the Angels.
Because you're too close to the Lakers. Just go get that fan base. You should have went and got that fan base down there, and then you'd have had your own little South Orange County.
They did have San Diego.
You get that. Right? You get to San Diego. You get to Orange County, and you'd have been good. But
I mean, people could drive from San Diego to Orange County.
You're such a stepchild. You went to the city in which the Lakers won their championships and did everything. You went to Inglewood. You didn't go to Culver City or somewhere else in Southern California. You went right across the street from the Great Western Farm. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I respect Mr. Balmer. He got all the money and all that, and Ty Lue's my guy. But you went right across the street. That doesn't make any sense to me. If I'm trying to get away from this stigma as the B-listing team, I need to try to find somewhere else to go.
Yeah. By the way, to Rachel's point, quick ad here. So you're the Lakers because Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes?
Doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter?
No. There's plenty of teams that have left.
Weird.
There's plenty
of
teams that have left other states.
The Lakers?
Yeah.
But it works.
The Utah Jazz?
Nobody talks. Only people talk about the Minneapolis Lakers are people that remember the Minneapolis Lakers. I don't remember them.
George Mikan, you know George Mikan.
I know the name. I don't remember.
Life is long, Keyshawn. Things could change. You never know.
So that night in early July, was it 2019, when we had an earthquake here in L.A., and then about 15 minutes later...
Earthquake at Summer League.
Yeah.
Remember Zion was on the court, and the
whole thing is shaking, and we're getting under the tables, and we're looking for Hazel, our dog, because she's run off somewhere. She's scared to death because the whole building is shaking. And then the earth shook again about, 20 minutes later. I look at my computer, and I say, what? I see Kawhi Leonard in a Clippers jersey, and I'm saying no, because all the reporting, all the inside info was Kawhi's going to sign with LeBron. He's going to be a Laker. Yeah. He's a Clipper, and I thought, man, is this the beginning of the end of the Lakers? But, this is the start where the rise of the Clippers starts now. Then Kawhi does all those New Balance commercials where he's in his car and he's got a little crown dangling from
My City Now or something like that.
Yeah, I got next. It's Kawhi Town. That's what it's called, Kawhi Town. And I'm thinking, is this it? No, it wasn't it at all, because Kawhi is about as star-crossed as any star who ever came down the pike into L.A., because he's not been right at all. He's been hurt every playoff run. And to your point, they got to the Western Conference Finals, and there's no Kawhi. And Paul played